I saw an ad for a company that takes old technology and turns it into art, so I bought this. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. This is from Grid, and they take some old tech and turn it into wall art. Now, I did not expect it to come packaged like this. It comes packaged like it's a gift. Frame Studio. Looks so nice, and a little bit of weed up there, which I'm going to smoke a little later. I thought I would just open this up for you, and then we will take a very close look at it. Now, this kind of actually reminds me of Shinola. When you used to order a watch from Shinola, it would come hand-wrapped the wrapping paper. It's one of those small things, but made you feel important. And what I liked about this is, for me, I used to use Blackberries, Palm Trios. And then when the iPhone came out, I was very slow to adopt it. But now that I have been using it, I have become fully immersed into the Apple ecosystem here. And one of the things that they had was, it might be hard to see with the reflection, is this little exploded out iPhone 4. Now, I picked the iPhone 4. They have some of the other ones here. I want to show you that there is plastic on the glass here. Removing plastic is so satisfying. I'm going to do it by myself. And that was satisfying, so you're never going to know how satisfying that was. What I like about this is that the iPhone 4 was really one of the first phones that I got that was like super high-end. I think it was one of the first iPhones that I actually bought new. The 3GS I did buy, but I bought it used on eBay. And so what they will do here is they will take some of these old phones, iPhone 5, 4s, and because I think they don't work anymore, they will disassemble them and put them into this cool 3D case here. So it's like a frame box. And it doesn't have to be iPhone stuff. I think they've done it with Nintendos and Sega controllers and stuff like that. So you may be nostalgic for something in particular and just want that hanging on your wall, but are never going to use it again. And this might just be a way to embrace it, celebrate it, and remind yourself of what you've got here. So let me give you a close look at what we got. All right, this is going to be a little tough just because of all the lights I've got here and the glare that's going to come off of this. First thing I will say is that the presentation looks very nice. I will say that the quality materials that they package it in isn't super high end or anything. If you just flip it over on the back here, you can see that you have these little tabs, just like on any of these 3D boxes. We have some hooks here where you could mount this on the wall. This one is actually fairly big. I'd say this is probably 12 inches by 17 or 18 inches. It's actually going to display pretty nicely here. And I like the black. It's got a nice modern, contempo, minimalist look. Now, one of the reasons that I got the iPhone 4 was it was one of the first ones that had this band antenna around it, but it had a removable back and a removable front. And you could actually replace these backs. They were pretty easy to replace. You had to just remove the screws from the bottom, and then you could get clear backs or designer backs and put those on. So I actually got this because I thought this would come apart nicely and display nicely because of those two pieces. On the iPhone 5, the whole case was the back. So in this case, I've got 3 distinct pieces here where you would not necessarily have that if you had the iPhone 5. So that's why I got it. And you can see what they've done here is they've taken out all the parts, they've labeled them. So what I think they do is that they print a layout, almost like a blueprint. And then as they remove these pieces, they put them in certain places. Haha, remember that actual home button there? Speaker. It's interesting to see all these pieces that would have cost hundreds or over thousands of dollars at the time. And now here they are displayed for your viewing pleasure in a box that you hang on your wall. This whole thing, I think, cost me about $150, $160. So it's not necessarily cheap, but you got to imagine that you've got to pay $30, $40, $50 for a box like this. You're getting one of these old devices here. It can't obviously be smashed up. Someone's disassembling it, gluing it up, making it look nice. And it's just a really cool little thing. I was like, came out in June 2010, man, so long ago. But it's just one of those cool ways to save a little bit of that tech history that we are living through. If you've followed my channel, that I have a StarTech mobile phone, one of the brick phones, an Apple Newton. I love some of that old stuff, but it's not really easy to display. Something like this is a really cool way to display in your office or your home and let other people who might be a little nostalgic for it share in that. So if you want to pick up something like this or see what else they have available, this is from Grid, and I am pretty impressed with it. I might go see what else they have, and if there's something that really tickles my fancy, pick it up. But now you've got some art that maybe you used at one point. I'll put a link to this in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.
We can discover more and explore so much deeper.